So it looks like we got a new look at the Guild with a new website going live, and it was shared by Activision and Call of Duty, I believe. And you get to see the website here, and it shows us the Guild badge, some of the robotics that they're working on. We get to see their logo, and then it says, "Together we won't fear tomorrow." If we go further down, it says here, what if technology elevated us like it was intended to? What if our purpose, our future, could be guaranteed? What if instead of fearing tomorrow, we rise up to take it back? We are the Guild, safeguarding tomorrow now. There's a lot of conversation here, or a lot of intent behind the Guild. They're saying that they are the future. They are what humanity maybe is looking to cling on to in a time of chaos, in a time of maybe potential war. If we go further down, it gives us a who we are description of the Guild. It says here, at the Guild, our mission is to harness the power of technology to protect and uplift lives around the world. We unite exceptional minds to build a future where security and peace of mind are a universal right. This website really is a propaganda piece, almost, it feels like, for the Guild, and to show that the Guild is the good in a world that maybe is filled with bad, or maybe the solution to a world that is getting eaten alive by problems. Now, they also shared a video message with it. I will show you guys the full video here at the end of this video. You might have already seen it, but we're going to go over some of the headlines that appeared on that video and what that video kind of meant. And now it says here, with threats rising, doomsday countdown ticks closer to midnight. Security analysts warn humanity is escalating towards the brink of global catastrophe. Now, those are pretty big fucking threats. And if I was in the world of Call of Duty Black Ops, I would be shitting my pants as a civilian, as just a regular person when I'm reading these headlines. It kind of goes to show that there might be a potential world war, or there might be an attack on the liberties that we are afforded every single day. So this headline is very, very interesting to me. It also states here that on December 2024, there were strange UAPS objects appearing across the East Coast. Unidentified objects are being spotted in more places than New Jersey. So here we can assume that whatever these objects are, they were appearing first around the New Jersey area, but they started appearing all over the East Coast. So that is maybe getting a little bit scary, because you're wondering, what is it, who's controlling it, and what are their purpose? What are they doing there? Because clearly it's to control something or to keep an eye on you. Now we go on to another article here where it says, is facial recognition the end of our First Amendment rights? As facial recognition technology spreads, civil liberties advocates warn of a chilling effect on public protests. So again, this is really cool. And what I noticed specifically about this headline here is that it can kind of relate, or not kind of, it really relates to real world problems, real world issues that maybe are going on now. We also look at this here that says, study finds we have enough microplastics in our brain to form a spoon. Scientists uncover startling levels of microplastic buildup in neutral pathways. This is about things that we consume. I actually had to look up what microplastic was, and those are like little bits of plastic that can be found, I think, in our foods and things like that. I'm not an expert at this shit, but that is the very, very, very introductory level that I was able to find on what microplastics were. So this is also very interesting. I mean, what I'm getting here is that there's a lot of fear going on. Is it fear mongering by the Guild? Potentially. Or maybe these are the true effects of what's going on. Now, we got to remember that a lot of these articles are from 2024, 2025, but the game takes place in 2035. So 10 years after these articles came out. So these articles are 10 years old. At least this is what the video of the Guild is showing. Now it states here, are our devices listening to us? Yes, and it's worse than you think. Privacy advocates warn that passive listening is just the beginning of a much larger threat. It's picking on our fears that we're being listened to. We're not alone. There's no more privacy. You know, sometimes you say something out loud like, man, I really want cookies today. And then you look on your phone and on Instagram, you see an ad for a cookie. Who the fuck knows that I want a cookie? Does my phone know that I want a cookie because I said it? You know what I mean? That's a very entry level example, but it is something that is happening. Now we look at this one here from April 2025. Your attention is being policed as AI eye tracking software enters corporate programs. Companies claim it helps reduce distraction. Workers call it attention policing. Again, not even at work, you're safe. They're the AI, the cameras, the keeping an eye on you. There's no privacy here. That is what the Guild is hitting on. Teachers versus tech. Who wins in the AI era? The classroom of the future begins today. The children, the future generations are being affected by this very topic. Just how far will AI go to defend its own survival? Harmless optimization may have evolved into something far harder to control. This gives us an insight of what is actually going on, potentially in Black Ops 7. AI is being used a lot. AI programs, things are being used and robotics are being controlled through this AI. What if this AI had a mind of its own? All of these things that are controlled by that AI, like robots, like bombs, like weapons, like nukes, like all of it. What if it turned rogue and it turned against us, the creator of it? That's the question. This is some Terminator shit. This is crazy stuff. And it kind of gives us an insight of what the world is facing at the time. But what I do find interesting is that all of this is going on also in the Modern Warfare universe with Captain Price, Ghost, Soap. Soap is dead now, but Gas, everybody. All of this that's going on should also affect Modern Warfare in some way, because Modern Warfare 4 takes place in 2026. I'm not jumping the gun here. I just wanted to put that out there because they do take place in the same world, and we have to acknowledge that because that's what Call of Duty wants, right? If they didn't want it, then they would be in their separate universes. Maybe this plays a part in MW4 in some way. Now, one of the most interesting headlines here is from June 20th, 2025. Cities worldwide get thrown into chaos. Menendez attack unleashes lethal drone fleet on Los Angeles. So we know that this attack is referring to the June 19th attack that Menendez did in LA. We know that this is the final mission of Black Ops 2, and the following day, the world went crazy because of all the followers that Menendez had and the video that went live on YouTube the following day. This is the chaos, and this is the news covering that event. So this is a lot. And there's a lot that we can dig and find because of all of this new information that we got. This is awesome. Like, something like this is really cool because we get to see a little bit more of the world and the world building going on in Black Ops 7. Now, one little thing that I want to say here that I wholeheartedly disagree with, and I will make a video on it separately probably, but is that there's been so much conversation about how Black Ops 7 is going to be the game. That Black Ops 6 was a placeholder, that the developers really didn't want to make Black Ops 6. They were forced to, and that Black Ops 7 is the real game that we were supposed to get all along from Treyarch. And I feel that that is such a bull crap excuse, because you excuse the developer from making and giving us a good game because that wasn't the one they wanted to work on. It was actually the next one. And I feel that that's kind of you coping with the fact that maybe Black Ops 6 just wasn't as good as you wanted it to be, and it wasn't what we expected it to be. And because of that, there's a reason, because there's no way that this developer who's beloved and who's been working on these games would ever give us a bad Black Ops game, you know what I mean? Or give us a bad experience. I just don't agree with that, but I do believe that there might be a good story here in Black Ops 7, and I'm not writing them off at all. This is a great look at what's potentially going on in the world of Black Ops 7 at the time. We didn't even go into the second part of all of this information. At the end of the video, after all the fear mongering from the guild in this website that belongs to them, they say, don't worry, there is no need to fear tomorrow because tomorrow is in our hands. The guild will save you. The guild is basically like your only hope. So they are painting themselves as the good guy. They are painting themselves as the savior of the world. And the guild is that to the world. Maybe in 2035, 10 years later, they have built this reputation for themselves. They have built this thing around them where they are the number one heroes. They are the number one company in the world that can protect all of us from the big bad companies, from the big bad tech, from being policed, from having no privacy. The guild is the answer to all of that. That is what they have painted themselves as. And maybe a lot of the world has been brainwashed by the guild and they are blindly following whatever they say. And that is scary. That is a scary, scary thing. They might have a lot of power. They might have a lot of control. And I think David Mason is going to have his work cut out for him when he faces off against them, because I think he's going to have to expose who the guild might truly be. So this is very, very, very interesting, to be quite honest. So again, going back to the point that I was making earlier, I am not writing off Black Ops 7 at all. Just because Battlefield 6 is coming out and doing its thing, Black Ops 7 is still something that I have high hopes for. I wasn't as excited, like I've said before, that we were getting another Black Ops game. I would have preferred maybe an MW4. I would have preferred a brand new title, but Black Ops is still something interesting. And what they're painting so far is interesting. I want to see more. I want this game to be good. I want the campaign to be good. Matter of fact, that is what we are here for on this channel, to do, to play campaign, to play the story. That's all I want. So I really hope that we get a really, really good campaign. I really hope we don't get no bullshit mind demons and zombie fake missions. I hope we don't get none of that crazy stuff. I hope we get really badass Terminator, CIA, crazy robot attacks missions. I don't know. I really hope we just get some really creative things. I'm very excited. It was cool to get a little deeper look into the guild, and the reveal coming up very, very soon, August 19th, I believe it is. Or yeah, it's August 19th on Tuesday. I am looking forward to that very, very much. I got a feeling that we will have a lot more to cover, and hopefully there's a lot more excitement built up. And now, as a reminder, I will say, remember the build up for Black Ops 6. Remember all of the marketing, how good it was. The marketing of Black Ops 6 painted a way different picture, a way different campaign than the one that we actually got. So no matter how good all of this marketing looks, or how good they make the story feel like it's going to be, it might all be BS. And all of this might not even matter when the actual campaign comes out. So sadly, that is something to consider when we're talking about Call of Duty. That is something to consider when we're talking about Black Ops. But I do have some hope for this campaign, and I can't wait to see more.
Fear is everywhere. It's not lurking in the dark.
What the f is that?
It's here, out in the open. In the sky, in the cloud, on our streets. It's in our pockets, our feeds, our food. It's ever shifting. It's in our homes, our offices, our schools. You just downloaded it. It's inside our machines. Flawed code, broken systems, fractured supply chains. It's overwhelming our present. It's becoming our future. And everything is on the cusp of falling apart. Are you scared yet? They want us to be. But that's not our future. We're pioneering global protection to secure what matters most with tech we can trust. We are the Guild. Together, we won't fear tomorrow.